Hi, this is Tony Hamilton with EHC behind the camera here. I'm with Tomas Sebastian. He's one of our road crew foremen, and today we're going to be talking about orientation for the loader, front end loader. This is a Volvo L70 loader, and it's part of Tomas's crew. It's a vital piece of equipment used every day, and it's very important to his crew and effort. So today we're going to be talking about starting off with pre-operation inspections. We're going to be going through that and things to look for. Then we're going to talk about awareness of your surroundings before you get into this machine, and then on throughout the day, things that are important about your surroundings and just paying attention. Then we're going to talk about the operation of this machine, some of the features, some of the things to look for, some of the do's and don'ts. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to talk about communications after that. You know, how important it is to communicate with each other, making sure that we have a good solid game plan. If you have any questions, to make sure you and the foreman and other members of the crew have open communications and really understand what you're supposed to be doing and where. And then we're going to talk about, we're going to finish up with the lessons learned. We're going to talk about some things that maybe Tomas has learned over his career, things that he's been around, things that he's seen or even heard about. You know, just to try to learn from those lessons that maybe others have had, that'll help a loader operator to avoid and be a good, productive, and most importantly safe front-end loader operator. So Tomas, why don't you get us started here on our daily pre-operation inspection, and this is daily, right? You do this every morning?
Hello everyone. Yes. Well, first off, we're going to start off with the pre-op operation. Check this equipment out. It's L70 Volvo, and we do this every morning. Make sure that everything's working properly, especially for what we do on the road, and we make sure that everything's working right. So first, we're going to start off with some of the grease fittings on this bucket, and so we check, you know, we grease every single one of them. There's this one here, there's all these three here, greases both sides of this pin that's in this bucket, and we check this line, make sure that it's not leaking or anything, that's very important to check every morning. So, and then we go from here.
And Tomas, just to be clear, this is something that the operator does, right? This is his job to check this, to do this pre-operation inspection before he gets on the machine. Is that right?
Yes, that's his job to do it. If anything that's been missed, we'll check it out as foreman, or he'll bring it to our attention if there's something that needs to be done on this machine, and then we'll report it to our mechanic.
Okay.
And so, like I said, this machine comes with a bunch of grease feedings. Like, there's two here, there's one here, and it greases that side there, so you know it's kind of high for someone to reach, so they put it here. And then from the tire, we check, you know, any low air, any tear in the tire. So we check the inside wall here, but I mean as much as we can, because as you see, this is in our way. And we'll come back out here, check the tire, you know, kind of give it a little kick if, you know, and then there's no tear on this tire, it's in pretty good shape. And headlights there's this other grease feeding, because like I mentioned, this Volvo comes with a bunch of them. There's these two lines that greases up there, so it's kind of a hard reach area, so they put them here. And then we look for all these hoses here, make sure that they're not tear or anything, and then, you know, have a breakdown during the operation when we're really in the mood, like, you know, work preparation. So
you're looking for leaks and things like that in there, tears, anything. Yep.
Yeah.
Just things that are out of the ordinary, it doesn't look right.
Correct. And then, as I mentioned, grease feedings, there's 1, 2, 3 that make sure that we hit these every morning, because that's part of where the machine that makes a lot of maneuvers, so they got to be greased. And there's another one here, and this little box here, that's your windshield fluid. And, you know, check it, make sure you got enough in it to clean your windows, that way you're able to see. Okay, so we keep going with that pre-op. This 3-point step here, these handrails and all that is to get up on the top. If the machine needs any hydraulic fluid, that's where you'll go up and put the fluid in it. It's not.
So this whole access right here is to get up to fill the reservoir for the hydraulic fluid, right?
Yes.
Okay, which is up on the top there.
Correct.
Okay.
And then we keep walking, check the tires, and as far as this one, we can't really see the inside, you know, and just check, make sure that there's no tear again. And we come back this way. This is where our fan, light, backup camera, and
Sometimes you got to clean that lens a little bit, make sure it's clear.
We clean that lens, which is right now it's not dirty. They usually don't get dirty because we're not loading anything on it from the back, but usually a little bit of dust that can cover. And
Your brake lights too, make sure they're clear of dirt. Yeah.
Clear, and then I will come back to these to show you where we can open this cover up so we can check what's here.
Okay.
And if we walk this way, I will come back to this and show it to you.
Okay.
And here, make sure, you know, again, tire, and look for anything that comes out in front of, like, kind of points out. And that glass, side glass, I don't know if you can see it. That's the level of your hydraulic that needs to be at. And as you see, we got our 360 walk around that we do every morning, or every stop of the machine that you get off. And make sure you do that, walk around, make sure no one's around you.
Okay.
And we got another sticker that we're in the process of, you know, getting everybody to get familiar with that we're doing.
Okay.
And again, there's this little door here, is to raise the cover to
Okay.
check the fluid in the machine. That's very important. We do this every day. That raises it up. And look for anything that's any leak back there.
And again, this is a daily procedure. What you're doing right now. This is at the beginning. You do this every morning, right,
Every
before the
morning.
shift.
Every morning shift that you before you come in.
Okay.
You know, before you start your work. And then we can come back here. That's to check your oil level. If you need it, this is where you add your oil, and this is the fuel filter. And kind of pay attention to it, because sometimes you'll get some water in it, and if it does, usually the machine will let you know that there's filter clog. That means there's some water in your fuel filter.
And this one looks pretty clean right now. So if you see anything in there, you might want to just kind of keep an eye on it, right?
Yes, keep an eye on it. If it kind of gets higher than that, then, you know, call it in, and they can always come and drain it and put a new filter on, and just keep on doing instead of waiting too long. That could cost you, you know, waiting on a mechanic to get here trying to get it changed. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. And all this here, this is a radiator. You can check for leaks, and as you can see, I don't know if you can get any closer, but that's dry as it is there.
So we're looking for any wet
For any
spots
wet
or anything.
spot. This is your DEF fluid, and this is the fuel. And don't get it mixed up, because it can happen. They think this is that fuel cap, and then they put fuel in there, or they either put DEF fluid in this here. So they're pretty much back here. So keeping and walk this here, we can go back up and finish around the machine what we normally look every day. Mark here, side glass, that's for your transmission. And there's some more grease fittings, as I mentioned. This machine comes with a whole lot of them. And this here, it greases that. It makes the machine maneuver. So there's this one, and there's one on that side as well. So make sure that everybody hits these. Or here, there's another one here. That's to grease that upper arm there. So it's kind of hard to read. So you put this line here. There's another one there. Check these hoses, make sure that they're not rubbing, or you don't have any big rock or somehow, you know, get stuck in here, because it can happen, you know, picking up rock with this machine. And the last, our tire here, you know, we walked it, we checked every tire inside. There's no tear, so this tire and loader is pretty much it's pretty much in good shape right now. So that's what we look for every day. And there's your other headlight, mirror, strobe light in the back. So, and a couple more grease feeding here, which is for this side here. It greases that whole side, and there's another one inside the tire. So it's, like I mentioned, there's a bunch on this machine, so we gotta make sure we hit them every morning.
Right, so we're going to move into awareness of our surroundings next, and talk a little bit more about that.